Hey there, everyone. Welcome to a beautiful session today where we will be focusing on releasing the hips, but also integrating awareness through the shoulders, opening space in the thoracic spine, and learning to see things from a new perspective by working through some inversions. It will be a relatively short and sweet class. And you'll probably want to have your blanket with you, have a bolster as well. You can't see my, here it is, and have a couple of blocks. And we will get started in a seated position with the feet out in front, knees bent, feet on the mat. Just make sure you're onto your sit bones. Walk your hands forward. You can just even hang on to the feet in some way and let your head relax. Just breathe in and out here. Take a look at your feet and just notice if there's any tendency to lift the big toes or press too hard to the insides. You want to have all 10 toes pressing down. And that doesn't need to be firm, but you want everything to be connected. Your ankles are nice and straight. Shins are in front of the hips and the knees. Inhale, rise up through the upper body, flex your feet. Hands reach forward, just lean back a bit, just like halfway, and hold here. Float your right heel off the mat, lower it down. Float the left heel, lower it down. Both heels, lower them down. Sit up. Exhale, reach the hands for the outer edges of the feet or the outer ankles or calves, whatever feels easiest for you. Look forward, lift your chest. As you exhale, pull your chest into your thighs as you pull back onto your feet or your legs, really discovering length in the spine. But keep yourself in a stage that feels pretty easy right now, like we're just starting out, so try not to push too hard. One more inhale. Then on the exhale, your right heel floats and steps forward just a couple of inches and bring it back. Your left heel floats and slides forward a couple inches. Keep the connection with belly and thighs as best as you can. Float left foot, step it back in. Beautiful. Release the hands, start to lean back, float your heels up. Find your balance here. So you're in a modified Navasana pose. Lift your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Wake those stabilizers up. Excellent. Go low. Lengthen your legs. Lower to a hover. Inhale, lift up. You can bend the knees. Good. Holding here. As you're ready, lengthen down. Hover. Come back up. Lengthen. And up. Lengthen. And up. Keep going. That escalated quickly, hey? Few more reps. 2. Last one. Beautiful. Feet come down. Draw your heels into the perineum. Sit tall as the knees open wide. Hands are onto the ankles. Get tall in your spine. On the exhale, fold forward to your edge. You might prefer to have your hands behind you or in front of you. Start with your hands behind. Work the outer edges of the legs down toward the ground. Enjoy a nice full breath in through the nose. Let it go through your mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Beautiful. Rise your way up. Close through the knees. Slide the heels forward, lengthen the legs, sit up tall, Dandasana staff pose. Now, of course, if you still need the knees bent, please bend them. Whatever you need to keep your pelvis neutral. Breathe in, reach the hands forward and up. Breathe out, reach the hands forward, lean back and low, hover your legs. Inhale up, Navasana with straight legs. Exhale, go low. Inhale up and low. And up and low. 2 more times, up and lower and up and lower. Good. Come up, bend the knees, heels in toward the body again, open the knees wide, hang on to your ankles, lift your chest up, and fold forward, hands reaching forward or back, again, if that's better for you. Outer edges of the legs reach forward or reach toward the mat. Optional here to walk your hands to the right. You could even bring your right hand onto your right leg and rotate a little bit here as you look to the ceiling. And nice and easy, right hand releases. You could walk hands to the left. And option to do the same thing, maybe left hand onto the left leg. And you just work a little bit of an extra twist to the left. Without compromising your foundation, of course. And nice and easy, hands walk back to center, float up with the chest, close through the legs, soles of feet on the mat, hands come behind, fingers point away, reverse table, hips slide forward and up. Open your heart, look up to the ceiling or slightly forward, whatever is better on your neck. And lower the hips down. Beautiful. From here, keep the left hand where it is, float your left leg and your right hand. Tap your left toe. Good. Now bring your right hand back. Left hand touches the right foot as you lift it up. Cool. Come down. Reverse table, hips up. Float the left leg. Lower it down. We're not there yet, it's okay. Float the right leg. Lower it down. Lower the hips. You got it. Right hand taps left foot. Hold, lift up. So push your left or right heel down. And then slowly lower down. Switch. Right hand comes behind. Left hand reaches for right foot. Push into the left heel, float up. Yeah. And then slowly lower. Hands forward, relax over your thighs. Breathe in and out. Beautiful. Sitting all the way up, so we'll try that just one more time. Right hand reaches for the left foot. So now you could try, if you want to, you could grab the outer edge of the foot. It's easier when you have some resistance between your hand and foot. Okay, so having your knee bent makes it easier. Left hand is behind, hips lift, and then you can work to lengthen your left leg, reaching the toes to the ceiling, just for fun. And then lower down, take your time. We'll come all the way down. Switch it up. So right hand comes behind. Left hand grabs the right foot. And then see what's up. See if you can lift into your reverse table, keeping the knees bent. Maybe practicing lengthening the right toes or the right leg. See what's up. Practice. And then bring yourself down and out. This time we cross the legs to bring the forearms forward and down. Entering into dolphin pose, tuck your toes, knees and hips up and back. And breathe in and breathe out here. Keep your head off of the ground, so your elbows should be pressing down so much that your head can hang heavy. But if you're like shrugging your shoulders and sinking your weight in, then your head will touch down and you're likely to get injured, especially through your neck. So push your elbows down. You could look back to your toes. Let your head hang heavy again without your head touching down. Breathe in and out of the nose. Step your toes a little closer to your face. Lift your bum a little higher. And exhale, take your time. Lower the knees down. Untuck your toes to sit on your shins. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands forward and down. Let's shift downward dog now. Tuck your toes, knees and hips up and back. Give your head a little nod and shake here. Beautiful. Step your big toes to touch, and we'll float the right leg up and back. Stay long and strong with the toes pointing down. Reach the heel away from your hips. Good. Then bend the knee and open and stack right hip on left. You got it. Excellent. Now from here, we'll bring the right knee in toward the chest, lunge the foot forward. Drop your left heel down. Reach the hands up to warrior one. Now, from your warrior one, right hand reaches forward, left hand is pulling back on an imaginary bow. So you're pulling back. Your right hand is staying focused and steady. You could lift your right thumb up and left thumb up. Focus on your right thumbnail. You can do slow, deep breathing or breath of fire. Good, breathe in. As you breathe out, relax and bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, come to humble warrior, knuckles to the ceiling, right shoulder toward the right knee. Then breathe in, sweep the hands all the way up and back, warrior one. Humble warrior, sweep the hands back. Warrior one, reach up. Humble warrior. Good. One more, reach up. Humble warrior, but don't interlace the fingers. Just reach the hands back, undo your back heel, send yourself forward. Warrior three. Lengthen the right leg, lengthen the left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Bring your left foot over to the right. So step it behind your right leg and then over to the right. You're familiar with this movement. Float the upper body up, grab your left wrist, side bend to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, left hand, you might want your block here is coming forward and down onto the mat. Left leg floats up, revolved half moon. Bend the left knee. Maybe you can catch the left toes with the right hand. Breathe. Release left toes back. Step to downward dog with the right foot. Breathe in, breathe out here. Step your big toes to touch. Left leg floats up and back. Keep the toes pointing down to start, remember. Reach that heel out of the hip. You'll feel your belly button pull in. Breath is in and out of the nose. Bend the left knee, open and stack left hip on right. Enjoy that really nice opening here. Take your time. Left knee starts to pull in toward the chest. Lunge the foot forward. Drop the right heel down. Warrior one. Hips are facing forward. Good. Now, left hand pulls forward, right elbow pulls back, like we've got a bow and arrow going on here. Find that tension. Thumbs up. Focus on your left thumbnail. Just keep your eyes focused. Optional, slow, deep breathing, or breath of fire. Stay strong. Breathe in. Breathe out, humble warrior. Hands come behind the back, left shoulder to left knee. Reach the hands away, interlace the fingers. Inhale, warrior one, hands up. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale up. And fold. And up. And fold. Let's reach up. We'll fold forward, hands reaching back. This time shift your weight into the left leg, right leg floats up. Warrior three. Right foot steps back and over to the left. Hands reach up. Catch your right wrist with your left hand. Side bend over to the left. Breathe in and out of the nose. Again, you might need your block. Right hand sweeps forward and down to the mat. Right leg sweeps back as the left hand reaches up. And you look to the left hand in your revolved half moon. Working to straighten both legs. Maybe you bend the right knee and you can catch the right toes with the left hand. Breathe in and out. And release. Right toes come down. Plant the palms. Downward dog. Walk it back. Walk the hands to the feet. So you're coming to the back of your yoga mat. Breath in and out. You could interlace through the arms. Feel the elbows heavy toward the ground. Look at the space between your calves. Let your knees bend and really feel your upper body rest on your legs. Release the hands down. Walk yourself back to downward dog. Lower the knees. We're sitting into hero's pose. So open the heels wider than the hips and sit your hips between the heels or on a block. Remember, use your blocks. We don't want the knees to be irritated here. Knees are facing forward ahead of the hips. We just breathe in and out. If available, you can bring the hands behind you and start to arch through the back, lifting up your chest. If that feels good, might be open to lower the right elbow and then the left elbow and lift your chest here. You might even drop your head back. If that feels good, you may wiggle your elbows so that you could drop your head and your shoulders and relax your arms overhead. So we're really opening the whole front line of the body here, getting very deep into the abdomen, which you might not feel it there. You might feel it in your lower back. You might feel it in your thighs. You do not want to feel it in your knees. If you do, you've gone too far, so back out. There's no point to try to rush things just because the ego thinks they look cool. I mean, the poses are cool, of course they are. They look amazing, but the journey is amazing doing it because it doesn't stop. Once you get to this, then there's other stuff you add on and you add on and you add on, so no rush. There's lots of time. If you went into the full Supta Virasanas, you could bring the hands to the heels, one side at a time. Bring yourself back up to seated. We'll lift the hips off of the mat or the block. Lower the forearms down and come into dolphin. Breathe in and breathe out here. Walk your toes in a little closer, reach your right foot up to the ceiling. Good, step the right toes down, lift the left toes up. And then we'll bring the left toes down, lower the knees, sit onto your shins. So now we're in thunderbolt pose. So we'll be here for a little bit of time. Make sure you feel comfortable if you're sitting on a blanket or whatever. Your hips are just between the heels. Hands rest on the thighs. Pause for a breath in and a breath out. Good. Now we'll bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, slide your heart forward and your bum back so you can reach the knuckles back, and you could choose slow, deep breathing or breath of fire. Good, breathe in. Breathe out, nice and easy. Release, sit all the way up. Bring your hands forward and down onto the mat. Elbows come down, knees and hips lift up. You can walk the toes in. Maybe you come up into your forearm balance here. And just try with one leg up. And use your other leg as a nice little balance flag. Take your time. Eventually coming all the way down from where you've gone. Good. Roll the shoulders a few times. Come into stillness. So we'll do that same breathing practice again. You're catching your hands behind your back, left thumb over right for women, right over left for men. Squeeze the palms, squeeze the elbows together. Open your heart, pull your bum back. Reach the hands away and begin. Breathe in and release. Sitting up, walking the hands forward, lower your forearms down, tuck your toes, knees and hips float. Maybe you can float one leg up and then the other, but maybe not. And please don't stress either way. Bend one knee in toward your body and see how that feels. It gives you so much more control than trying to have both legs up at the same time. Take your time. Coming all the way down. Rolling up to seated on the shins. Planting the palms, tucking the toes, downward dog. Give your head a little nod and shake here. Good. Now start to walk the feet a little closer to your hands. Grip your palms into the mat. Lift the heels. You could lift one leg up and just do a little hop and then switch. Lift the opposite leg up. Just do a little hop. Okay? We're not doing much handstand stuff today. It's just more about getting used to structuring your hips over your shoulders. And eventually you get a little bit more air time, but you really want to make sure you keep the squeeze. So give it a try one more time. And then take your time. Lower the knees down. Child's pose. Rock your forehead side to side. Then come to stillness. We'll roll all the way up. Grab your bolster. And just lay it down lengthwise on your mat. We're laying down onto the bolster. Hips, of course, are on the mat. And we'll let the upper body lay down. By all means, if you need any extra support here with your pillow or block, go for it. Otherwise, just let your chest open. If it's comfortable, let your knees open wide. And let all those little lessons soak in. Some days inversions will feel really accessible and really easy, and other days they'll feel really hard and you'll feel heavy in your body. Your muscles will be tired because you've done so much work doing other things and so on. So don't judge yourself for how things went today. Instead, just offer yourself from gratitude for continuing your practice. Because I can say, I've been practicing yoga for 25 years now, over 25 years. And some days you feel strong and some days you don't. Some days the splits feel really accessible, other days it's a lot of extra work. Some days I float into handstand, other days I feel heavy. It's just part of the practice. So let go of any judgment you may have about yourself and offer gratitude and love. Notice your breath slowing down and the willingness of your body to just kind of let go here. Nice and easy. We'll close the knees together. You could release your arms from where you had them so that you could gently start to sit yourself up. You could set the bolster aside. So now bend your knees like we did at the beginning of class. And bring your hands behind you with the thumbs face out. Okay. So now, moving nice and easy, so in tiny little increments, just start to inch your hands together as if your pinky fingers could touch. Mine do not. Don't try to force it. Just think about the action so you can feel that beautiful opening in front of your chest. That's what we're going for. So breathe in. And when you feel like you've got that sweet spot, and just by the way, your hands might be wider than your shoulders. We're just feeling the rotation, okay? So you could just even think about your index fingers starting to point to the middle of your yoga mat at the top. That can help too. Open your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now just stay nice and strong so you can slide your arms forward, relax over your thighs. Lower down onto your back. Adjust your shoulder blades underneath you. Keep your right knee bent and lengthen your left leg down. Your arms could be in a cactus position if that's comfortable for you. If you've got space for open arms, go for it. And just open the right knee out to the right. Bring it back to center and maybe even a little to the left. And just do that a couple more times. Good. Then we'll bring the knee to the chest. And over and down to the left. Of course, you could have a block for your right knee. Try to keep your right shoulder on the ground, but see what's up. Maybe you've got a little more space today. Maybe you've got a little less. And take your time. We'll come back to center. Just place the right foot and the left foot down. Then lengthen your right leg. Left leg just gently opens left. Then back to center and a little bit to the right. We'll just do that a couple more times. Coming back into center, left knee pulls into the chest and over and down to the right. Enjoy your sweet stretch here. Nice easy breath through the nose. And take your time, come back to center. All right, so opportunity to practice your wheel pose before we get all the way down. Start out with bridge, shimmy your shoulder blades underneath, arms by your sides, float the hips up. If that feels good, maybe lower the hips, reposition your hands so that they're just outside the ears, thumbs point in, fingers point down, and then you work it out. Maybe you can lift your hips. Maybe you push into the hands, roll to the crown. Maybe you push up into your wheel. Heels do not have to touch the ground. Keep the elbows squeezing in. You'll lower your crown, and then the back of the head down, and then lay your hips down. Relax the arms. Breathe in and out. You might like to rest for a moment with the knees open, or the opposite, feet open and knees together. Now, if that felt good for you, go ahead and do it again. If you want to kind of like have a little bit of a shift, you could have your blocks just outside your head. Now, it's easier if the blocks are on an angle, but that's not always available. So you can kind of angle them so that you can feel your base of the palms push down and your elbows face up. Look how up my elbows are, right? Same process. You start to bridge, roll to crown, push up. But you don't need to straighten your arms. You can stay here. Work what's good for you. Then slowly lower yourself down. And obviously, like the blocks are optional, right? So just enjoy the after effects of that posture. We'll have an opportunity to do it one more time, but just relax. Try one more time. Whatever is suiting you, maybe it's your bridge pose here, maybe it's your wheel, maybe you're going halfway there. Doesn't matter. Just find what works for you. Eventually, lower down. Lengthen out fully in your Shavasana. Shoulder blades are flat. And just allow your body to absorb those sensations of being so wide open. Notice your breath deepening. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. If you would like to feel like super grounded here and your blocks or bolster are not too far away, you could use your bolster or 1 or 2 blocks and have them just stacked on your belly so you can feel the rise and fall and you can feel that feedback a little bit more. So you've got a tiny bit of pressure there. Closing your eyes very simply, just continue to observe your breathing. You could choose to leave your blocks or bolster on your belly if you enjoy the sensation, or you could remove them. But we'll continue to settle in. Let the body receive all of the benefits of those postures today. Notice the sense of energy that you have within you. Even if your muscles may feel tired, you have this sense of still being energized deep within. That energized feeling is you being connected and aligned with what serves you, with what you enjoy, and how you like to spend your time. That feeling of radiance is because you nourished yourself. It's like your body's green flag saying, yes, more of this, please. If you still have some sort of weight on your belly, set it aside. And enjoy a couple cycles of breath here. Let's conserve this beautiful energy. Enjoy a full inhale, reach and stretch. And we'll exhale, drag the knees in, give yourself a little hug, rock side to side. Woo, everything feels so strong and connected. Take your time. Let's rock it up into a seat that feels comfortable for you, whatever that may look like today. Let's bring palms to heart center. Notice how you're feeling. Just a little bit of spice to add into the day and a little bit of sweetening, to help your heart feel happy and at play. So sending you all a big, beautiful bunch of love and gratitude. Let's enjoy a full inhale and exhale. Thank you for our practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining, of course. And I'm stoked about Revival that's coming up. I know some of you are joining in, so yeah, see you there. It'll be fun times. And that's it for now. Much love, everyone. Bye.